Buff Nation, for those of you who are coming out of hiding, welcome to our day after post game. I'm joined with my good friend Rawhide Media for you. How are you doing, man? Happy birthday. I'm sorry the Buffs, gave you a lump of coal for your birthday, man. I'm sorry about that.
I'm doing all right, man. I think I was able to get out a lot of frustrations immediately after the game. So I'm a tad bit more calm and a little more rational. So I'm more concerned about you. How you doing?
Man, I gotta tell you, man, I just felt like this. I just felt like this yesterday, man. Man, that was a rough one. I
Mhm.
think that was I didn't think we could get like a lower point of the season, after the Stanford. Man, that was a game, man, that was totally winnable. So all that to say, but it's a new day, and dude, I gotta admit, we've had these conversations off air a little bit. And by the way, y'all hit that like if you're coming in here. Let us know who's watching the comments. You know, but you know, yesterday, I tweeted out. I said it's time. It's time to get high, Buffs Nation. After that kickoff return for the touchdown or whatever, and I probably had a little too much of a gummy, but it was great, man, because I misread your text. You said you were going on for a show. I thought you were going to bed. Otherwise, dude, the live stream yesterday would have been fire, but it is what it is. We got to, we both got to start our post games there in the third quarter, and it was nice to go to bed at somewhat a decent hour. So, um, oh man, I don't know, man. What are your thoughts right now on this game? I know this game was really only maybe 3 or 4 series, pretty much. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, this game was over at 21-7.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was, Dave. You're right about that. You're right about that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize.
Oh, I was done. You go.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, it was. Yeah, the game was over at 21-7. Unlike some people's commentary, but uh, uh, so. But I'm sorry, somebody caught my attention. Morgan, no, bro, I don't block people, bro. I don't do that. I don't subscribe to doing that. But anyway, I just, I was so infuriated, just mad. You know what I'm saying? At one point, I mean, Savion Washington just continuing to get beat on
Dude,
that,
what the heck?
bro,
Dude,
bro,
that was rough. That was
bro,
rough, man.
bro, bro. But what's worse about it, they didn't even help him.
No.
They didn't, Dude, bro, they didn't help him. You know what I'm saying? And uh, I just, I don't know, bro. I was just so disappointed by that. I don't know what to say, Dave. I don't know what to say. I guess that's what we beat our heads up against the wall about is that how do you not how do you not help him? He's getting beat each and every on the same move at that, and y'all don't stick. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm about to shed a tear, bro. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Dude, man, they can't do you like that on your birthday, man. They can't. And I gotta say, man, I was so hyped up for that game yesterday because, man, we haven't had the taste of winning since that Arizona State game, and I'm like,
Mhm.
man, I mean, that was a game, man, that I felt like we should have been in there. We should have been killing it. Should have come in there hyped, whatever. But then, right before the game starts, we see this tweet come out. It was from either Brian Howell or Adam Munster Tiger saying a list of like 7, 8 guys didn't make the trip that normally dress, obviously. Guys like Trevor Woods, guys like I guess he doesn't really play except special teams. Maybe we could have used
Mhm.
him on special teams yesterday. Cavassier Smoke, handful of other guys. Flu game, flu game. And Coach Prime Man on that sideline, he needed to have that beard ready to go for that cold game in Pullman. It might have been cold temperature wise, but it didn't seem to be like that terrible of weather or anything like that. But I was very disappointed, and just I think I could probably count the guys on one hand, that I felt like really came out in that first quarter and really played with some tenacity. But um, right now, this is just a soft football team. Um, I where I went to undergrad at Abilene Christian, that was it was a 10-7 game at halftime with Texas A&M today. And they came out there and they punched them in the mouth. And even just watching the coaching, watching the tenacity that these guys at the FCS level were playing against an SEC football team. Granted, not a very good one, but still a 6-4 one. Um, this isn't something where it's just like, to me, oh, just the players, they're just not good enough, or like physically they aren't there. It's like, nah, man, like these, like whatever is going on, like when we talk about this offensive line, man, the progress the last 2 weeks out the door, man, this is an offensive line that has been coached to be soft.
It,
That's how
bro,
I
it's
feel about it.
it, it's bro, it's just embarrassing. And then I'm watching the game, right? And Shador, he gets a stinger or whatever the case may be, and they come back with Matt Schaub, right? They go, Savion Wilkins was 2 yards, Savion Wilkins for 9 yards. Matt Staub complete to Savion Wilkins for 11 yards. Matt Staub run. Why? That RPO works better if your quarterback is willing to run the ball. Then they went Matt Staub 3rd and 8. Matt Staub pass and complete. Then they punt it. But this is I honestly thought, even though it wasn't scoring drive, I honestly thought that actually looked good. Okay, that
Yeah.
play calling, what I'm
Yes.
saying, kind of what they did looked good. Then they came back. Shador comes back, right? He go pass incomplete, and then they got a touchdown by Travis Hunter, right? And a lot of people say, "Oh, he scored a touchdown." I don't disagree. That's good. But you went pass, and then in the next time you got the ball with him in the game, you go pass, pass, into the fourth quarter, then punt. Bro, you went when Shadur came back in the game. You went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 passes in a row. What the bro?
And
What
Savion
the?
came out there, man, looking to take names, man. He was one of those few guys, man, that I felt like came out there really looking to inflict some pain running that ball, man. And yeah,
I, I, and then it's like I, it's like I'm watching the game and I'm like, hey, I touched on it before. I'm just like, which I know I get why they do it, right? But it still don't. I mean, that's criminal. Is that not criminal? Chat, y'all tell me, is that not criminal? Is that not criminal? Just it's like, man, honestly, man, it's like they absolutely do not care.
yeah. Like, I think it's very clear, like, man, dude, like there's just, I think Coach Prime's about it. I think obviously he lives a disciplined life. Um, but whatever's going on, it is not it that sort of discipline. This is an undisciplined football team. Something needs to change.
Mhm.
There's a lot of work to do. That's why I put it in my title. We got a lot of work to do, because this is an undisciplined football team. This was this is how I still feel like a day after. Like, this is a team that checked out because it was cold.
You think so?
Is that a bad take from me, man? Because I
I,
just see them all on the sideline, man, and they just look like they're shivering their ass off, man.
well, first off, bro, there is no such thing as a bad take with this team. Let's get that straight. But so there ain't no such thing, man. You could take a dart, you know what I'm saying, throw it at the target with all different options, all different takes. Whatever the target hit is probably got some truth to it. So let's just be honest about that.
It wasn't even
I
that
meant
cold yesterday, man. We're talking about 37 degrees. No rain, no sleet, no snow.
It's hard for me to get on the code because I know I am weak in that department. But trust me, I get it. I get it, Dave. Bro. Yesterday, right? I was talking and I brought up a stat, and I don't even know. I know some people got it, but I don't think a lot of people understood. Listen to this real quick, Dave. Now, Shador Sanders, right? Because in college football, sacks they count against your rushing stacks, right? I mean, you know that.
Yeah,
I'm just talking
yeah,
to people in chat, really.
yeah.
Shador Sanders, right? was, and he didn't even hardly play. Remember, he ended up not playing. He didn't even hardly play. He was 5 carries for -26 yards. Ron Starr was 6 carries for -2 yards. Gavin Cook was 3 carries for -3 yards.
Dude,
And
Gavin
a lot
Cole
of
had the highlight of the night for me. Sorry. We'll get to that, but keep going.
and people, and I know people don't get what I'm trying to say here. What I'm saying is, you had a man that didn't even hardly play, but was at -26, which means they were throwing the ball almost every time he was out there. The other dudes played more. The other guys played more and had less negative yardage. Which
Man, that's
guys,
crazy.
they're telling you how they want to run offense. That's you can't even hide from that stat. It is what it is. How you play less and got more negative yards?
Well, I'll tell you what though. We
Well, Dave. Oh, guys, if you can hear me, Dave may have hit the wrong button. So I'll keep this going. Hey, Law Dog, what's up, bro? Hey, and everybody else. Morgan, again, I didn't block you, bro. So try to fix it. You
dude,
back, Dave?
sorry, I accidentally hit the trackpad backwards. Um but I'll say this, at least we can put to bed the rest of the conspiracy theories that the line wasn't blocking for Shador. They weren't blocking for anybody, man. Um, man, that was a rough one, man. That was a
Bro.
real rough one. But I gotta
Yeah.
say, man, hats off. There are 5 people that I want to highlight. I think overall, and Coach Prime said this in the press conference, like he said, that there were some instances where, like, especially in that first half, where we quit, essentially paraphrasing for what he was saying. He's like, mentally we didn't bring in or whatever. But there are a few people that I want to highlight that did bring it, that I was impressed with. Um, Travis Hunter, dog, he brought it. Our punter probably had the best plays of the day for us, outside of that Travis Hunter touchdown catch. Mark Bassett, man. It's too bad, man. Our special teams, the rest of the units, don't play with the focus and productivity Mark Bassett has. I mean, that guy was just booming punts. He was killing it yesterday. A freshman from DeSoto, number 31, Jaden Milner-Jones. He was in there from the get-go, making a handful of tackles, made some really nice plays. Y'all have brought him up in the chat, and um, sorry guys, that just made me laugh. I just, I was impressed with him. Savion Wilkerson, he brought it. Are there any more guys that you want to say that brought it? I guess Shador did, but he played a few series and it was driving me crazy, Rawhide. It was driving me crazy. I know Shador likes to hold on to the ball to make a play, when he does that, we get that amazing touchdown to Travis Hunter. It's like you'll have some negative plays and then you'll make a big play. But man, like, I think because first and foremost, I'm just concerned for his health. It's like, dude, when you take the snap, it is what, game 10 now, 11 now. You got to know this line is so bad. When that 2-second clock goes off in your head, you just got to get rid of the ball, like for your own safety. And it was just painful, man, to see him continue to take hits in that pocket.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I have anybody I want to give any credit to during that game. That game was just trash. Honestly, it was hard to watch. Be straight up. I ain't trying. Honestly, I'm not even trying to be hyperbolic, and I ain't trying to get on Colorado's neck. That game was just. It didn't even look. It didn't even look like they deserved to be on the field. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'll let you go ahead with that super chat. Go ahead with it.
Yeah. FPSD. I wonder what that stands for. Something San Diego. Okay. There's no senior leadership. Everyone showed up to a new place at the same time. They need player leadership and structure, but that takes time. I really like that perspective. And I agree with it. I think like right now, again, I don't have sources on this team or anything. I'm just going off of like what I see, on the TV broadcast, which by the way, good riddance, Pullman, Washington State. Have fun in the Mountain West. Never want to go back there again. Sick of that stupid TV angle. Why did you build your stadium straight up? We had like a bird's eye view of the field almost, man, during that broadcast. That was a hard broadcast to watch, man. I had to like squint in at those players, man. They're so far away from the camera. But anyways, he's right about this. At least this time now, when we bring in our next round of recruits, we'll have an idea of who the leaders are in the locker room, all of that. But it does not seem like right now that this team played for each other, man. I don't think they played for each other at all yesterday, and that's a big issue.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You're right. But I mean, I really wasn't looking for a whole lot of senior leadership on this team. I thought that what they could do is, I never thought it'd be that difficult to block. I never thought. I think the defense showed some promise throughout the season. Shador Sanders was Shador Sanders, but I guess what I can't understand is player rotations. I don't understand that. They got me confused. Okay, we talked off camera about that, and
Yeah.
and some of the decision making is how you run the offense. I can't really understand that. But let me roll it back because you asked. There is somebody I want to give some credit to. I think Jalen Miller Jones, who talked about him
Yeah.
off camera. I think he had a decent game. I
Yeah.
think he played a decent game. So I want to give Jalen Miller Jones some credit. He did.
Yeah.
He came out there and showed up. And
Came out throwing Craig.
he played a decent
Yeah.
game also. So I guess all wasn't lost.
Yeah. But man, it was for a guy that I felt and by the way, FPSD, I'm sorry I didn't thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat. That really means a lot. Thank you so much for supporting our channels. Yeah, the other thing I guess y'all are bringing this up too was disappointed in the performance of Cormani, man. It was very clear from the get-go that they were targeting him in both the pass game and the run game. And someone that, again, why I felt like, he was definitely deserving of the 5-star rating he had coming out of high school was because, I mean, you look at his huddle tape, how physical he is, how he's laying guys out, how he's getting off blocks. And you didn't see any of that yesterday. And that was difficult, man. That was a tough one to watch. I expect better performances from him, and being such a highly touted guy. What my expectation is going to be is, that, like, again, there's some patience. Like, I can deal with that as a true freshman playing. I tweeted out yesterday, at this point, man, you just got to let him work through this, man, being targeted every play and whatnot. Like, the game's already out of reach. Let him roll through it. Like, he needs to feel this. But I'm not going to have any sort of patience next year for any of that. He needs to be somebody that is making plays on this defense that isn't targeted as a liability next year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. I think you're going to have some of those those growing woes during the season from a freshman DB. I think watching him play, I think people actually saw why Stoutmire played first or got a lot of time originally. Stoutmire, he possesses a lot more. He's physically talented a little bit more. He's a little more developed. And Kamani, he just ain't the point. He's just not at that point where I'm saying he can match physicality against some of those
Yeah.
physical Power Five players. And let's be honest. I mean, we saw on that well off on that carry that Dylan Edwards had, and he stiffed on Kamani. Which I'm not trying to make a joke on him. Or nothing. What I'm saying is that was a little bit of the indication that he really just wasn't physically ready at this point. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I'm even all that being said, I'm not upset with Kamani. I think he has high upside. He's long. I see a little Sauce Gardner in him. Once he be able to
Yeah.
get his feet planted. So it's nothing but ups for Kamani. I think he just had a bad game, and that happens, bro. That happens.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely does. I would say 95% of the guys we had on the field had a bad game yesterday. So, oh man. But at the end of the day, I mean, I don't want to spend this time looking too much like forward into the future because, like, guys, I'm not trying to sell you on everything right now is just butterflies and rainbows. Again, I think overall this thing is headed in the right success or in the right direction. But man, like I like Rawhide. I didn't think we could get any lower from Stanford, man. Are you cracking up with what I said about butterflies and rainbows?
Yeah, bro. Are you trying to say that that game ended up that way because number 2 got hurt and they were still in the game? Is that what you're trying to say? Is you trying to? Are you trying to say I'm not trying to mislead people as if they were in a game? They're saying when number 2 was in the game. Is that what you said?
Nah, man. That's exactly what I'm saying, guys. Like, and I guess before we start looking forward, because I want to go through Rawhide and let's just get our hot takes right now on what staff members we want here, what staff members maybe we want to see go or whatever. But I want to take us. I want to break down that sequence in that first quarter just a little bit more before we move on. But so we got the ball first, right? 3 and out. We punt it. They go down and score. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Our team, we just start slow, man. That's just what it is. I'm still pumped to see this offense. Okay. Now we go down and tie it, right? We score, we tie it. And then after that, it was immediately, I got to say, we kicked that thing off. And I got to say, 98 Palazzo, that other kicker that we got because Jace didn't make the trip, I assume because he was sick. I think he's gotten better with his kicks. They're not going out of bounds anymore. But, man, when I saw that kick not make it to the end zone, man, I was so nervous on that return. I was so nervous. And, I mean, what do you know, man? The next play, man, he just takes it up for that touchdown. And then I think what kind of led to that is just this deficit, this hole that we always find ourselves in. And again, this was just my interpretation of it, but Shedeur ends up taking some tough hits, and again, he's standing in the pocket, for way longer than he should know at this point. He should know at this point that you just can't. And gets hurt. And it's like he wasn't hitting any of his outlets either. I mean, I think he probably only had like maybe 5 or 6 throws or maybe like 9 or 10. But it was just such I tweeted this, the offense gave up 7 points, special teams gave up 7 points, and the defense gave up special points. It was just a failure on all levels Bad performances all the way around. Like, this game wasn't lost because number 2 got hurt, because Shadori got hurt. This whole team wasn't prepared. This whole team was just, they lacked focus. They had no desire with a team that is similarly sized to them. They had no desire to come out there and be the more physical team. I don't care if you're under the weather at all. If you're out on the field, there are no excuses. And it I just don't get it, man. I do not get it. Rawhide, you can block me if I start talking this next week on how we can beat Utah. There ain't no way in hell that's happening, man. There's no way in hell that's happening. I don't care if they got blown out by Arizona, man. There's no way in hell that's happening next week.
Hey, I'm I'm not gonna try to sell it. I've been selling it all season that I thought Utah was beatable. But if you think back, remember I said that I was more worried about this Washington State team than anybody else because they were able to put up points. So
Yeah.
then I came back and apologized. But full transparency, I did apologize a few days ago because they looked so bad in other games. So I should have just kept. I still stood my ground until this Washington State game was over, but I didn't think it could get this bad. But you was talking about that first quarter, and I agree with you, man. I'm like, when was the last time you seen a team score in all three phases of the game in the first quarter?
Dude, I cannot tell you.
when man, hey, they went for the trifecta in the first quarter. I was like, I can't even remember the last time I've seen that. I
No.
don't get it, bro.
No, man. Like, and guys, like, I feel like I got to preface it or whatever, but it's like, yes, like, overall, this is in my opinion, this is a successful year. Like, we're playing with house money this year, but don't try. I'm not going to try and sell y'all on that. This team being a 4-win team is a good team. It can still be a successful season and still say, yeah, we suck. This is a poorly coached football team. But man, we suck.
Dave, don't Dave. Dave, don't do that. Let me do that. I'm already the most hated guy out here. Let me do that. You say that. I'll carry that weight for you, bro. I'll carry that weight for you, bro. Don't do that. Hey, y'all, Dave, you're a little frustrated right now. He does not mean that. So he's good. You know what I'm saying? So don't hold him accountable for that. Dave, I got you. I got you, bro. I got your back, bro. I got your back, bro. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
That's just how I feel, though, man. This was a game that we should not have lost by. Lexi just texted me. She's like, "Can you please turn your voice down?" But this is not a game that we should have lost 56 to 14.
Oh yeah. You're right. You're right. I mean, yeah, it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. And I don't think any fan can defend that. I get it. That guys, I mean, you just gotta now listen. I guess there is a fan that can defend it because I did hear him last night try to defend this game, but nobody in the chat. Some people I do that got his own show, but I'll say this though, yeah, bro. That like I said earlier, they did not look like they should have been on the field, bro. You know what I'm saying? They should not be on the field. So it was bad, bro. It was amazingly bad. Amazingly bad. You didn't even think that you could be that bad. But I get it. I get it.
Man, man, everybody's saying they just realized it last night. Yeah, I think that, last night, it took the last night to just say, you know what, like, we've seen the inconsistencies, but we've seen the flashes of this team. And at the end of the day, man, I guess our good spurts of football was more of an anomaly, like if you're just looking at the data, man, that's just what it is. And we got a lot that we got to get right and correct it. And we have a lot of work to do because it would be nice to get to that 5th win, have the taste of winning going into this recruiting season. Yeah, just something like that. I mean, even a 5-win bowl berth, like, guys, like, man, this team's the most watched team. This is what I don't understand. Like, this team understands they're the most watched team in college football. They understand, man, like, likely, man, we get some special treatment. If we just get to 5 wins, people are trying to figure out how to get us in a bowl game. And for them to come out like that and play flat,
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right, Dave. Can I ask you something, Dave? Because I saw
yeah,
somebody mention it. It's a little bit off the subject a little bit. Did you read that Cavassier Smoke tweet?
yeah, yeah.
What you think about that?
Yeah, let me go ahead and find it because and I'll pull it up. That way, I'm not paraphrasing, and we can just read it for what it is. Right? 1 minute. Because yeah, someone's bringing up here in the chat. You know, Kavasi is one of the first guys to sign here. He was one of the first guys to transfer to CU. Now, let me share the screen. He did say he's like, y'all are trying to make too much out of this comment when On3 retweeted him. But let's talk about it.
Yep.
All right. Simple fact, Brew, we could have went undefeated this year. Sad face. Too much selfish ball going on, man. Can't win like that. 100. Got to play and win as a team. But if you go the other route, you get results like this. And then he has a what kind of smiley face is that? Does he have a little ice pack on his head like he got bumped? And then buffalo emoji, and then on three's like Cavassier Smoke says the Buffs would be undefeated if they didn't play selfish ball. Wide-eyed open emoji. Then Cavassier said, y'all trying to make something bigger than what it is. Be forgetting this is y'all's job. All right. Well, what you make of that?
Oh,
Or you want me to go
I,
first?
let me go first. No, yeah, I'll go first. Let me just, saying, hey, Jonas, because I told you was talking about it. Tell these folks in the chat how long I've been saying this, bro. I agree with him. Look how they run the offense. I agree with them. They doing things that going against the grain on, what I'm saying, normal, how you play, normal football, the smart decisions, bro. They do everything the wrong way. So the only conclusion you can draw is that, it looks, I give them a little pass in this. It looks, a little deniability. It looks like you're trying to put certain people or individuals in positions to be successful at the detriment of winning games and playing other players. I mean, right now, people hitting their head against the wall, trying to wrap their mind around why you're not putting extra offensive linemen. But if you listen, he said I would rather have a guy if you because the dude asked about a tight end. To use this for an example, I'd rather have a pass catching wide receiver.
Yeah.
I would rather have options open to complete a pass. But it don't make any sense because you don't even have enough time to throw the ball.
Yeah.
So I don't. What other conclusions can one draw when you see them doing things that's so far from common sense? You see what I'm saying? So anyway, I'll let you go. I'll leave it right there.
Yeah. I brought this up yesterday in my third quarter post game. Of just like, somehow it's like there have been things with this team that just like don't make sense. Dude, Rawhide, it gets to the point where you and me are on the phone for multiple 3-hour conversations trying to figure out a way for it to make sense, man. We're trying to just figure out a way, why it makes sense. Now, do I feel like I can take that quote and say, well, it makes me understand the schemes and stuff like that?
Mhm.
I guess. I guess the only thing that I take from it is that when you got guys on the team that are openly tweeting about the team's culture or lack thereof, that is a bad sign, man.
Yeah, it's a
That is
bad
not
sign.
good. That
Yeah,
is
that's a
not
bad sign.
good. And it is Coach Prime's job to get this team unified and to keep them unified. And is the coach, the whole coaching staff, um, you know, and this is where like it's easy for me to come in and second guess because it's like
Mhm.
if you are going to strip Bill O'Boyle and Sean Lewis of their coaching responsibilities, essentially, or some of them, why don't you just have them leave the team?
Oh, I get what you're saying. Oh, yeah.
And like, because then you got guys in there that are doing a job, and yeah, I'm the same way. Like when layoffs are going on, at this last corporate place I worked at, it's just like you're never bringing your best,
Mhm.
you know? Like everybody knows their names are on the wall or the
Right.
writings on the wall, that they're not going to be working here in a few months. Like, um, and so like when you see things like this, I just can't help but wonder. It's like, again, I have no issue with like, hey, if something's not working, if the chemistry is not there,
Mhm.
move on,
Mhm.
but that is one that always puzzled me in terms of like, if you're going to strip Sean Lewis of his play calling, just let him go, man. Just let him.
Mhm.
What good does he do staying in the building?
Right.
Um, what good does Bill O'Boyle do staying in the building when all he was doing when he was in the building was killing these guys' confidence and again the offensive line is I felt like they're the biggest regressors out of this whole season. So
Right.
what good does it do to still have him there
Yeah, he could have removed
having guys there on visits
right,
and whatnot?
right. You could have removed Bill O'Boyle and let Pat Schumer take that spot. You could have done
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
He didn't. He didn't do it. And you see right now, I'm not here, but I've been seeing all over and people talking. They won't shut. They begging for Sean Lewis back. They shouldn't have ever got it. Now people all, you know what I'm saying? And you know how I felt about it from the
yeah.
beginning. You know, I think he should have stayed right there. But as people can see, and as things progress, folks calling about they should have never moved Sean Lewis. Sean Lewis should have stayed there. Because it never was to me, it never was an OC problem. It was an offensive philosophy problem.
Hmm.
But I can say this, I know we don't want to talk about the future. I will say this. Next year, this offense will not be called the way it was called this year.
Oh, please, God,
No,
please,
it won't be.
please,
Trust
oh
me.
God, please.
Trust me on that. Trust me on that. Next year, this offense, whether they win zero, whether they don't win any games or they win all of them, the offense will look different than it did this year. Write it down. Write it down.
Rawhide said it here first.
Write it
Rawhide
down.
said it here first. All right, man. What do you see as our personnel packages we're using? You think
Well,
or is
it's
it
still
still going to be like 10 personnel type stuff?
yeah, it's still going to be very similar to what they're running right now. Because let's be honest about it, most all college football teams run something similar to this. I'm talking about the major. I ain't talking about the academy schools or the back in the day the Georgia Techs. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about generally though. If you watch football, everybody most of the time go 3 and 4 wide. You know what I'm saying? They go five every once in a while. You see what I'm saying? You'll see a little bit of 11 here and there. So
Hmm.
this is kind of it. Just depends on how you really want to call it, but
Yeah.
it's going to be that similar in nature, but you watch about the ratios to run the pass next year. It ain't going to be like this. Guarantee you, guys. Guarantee you. You
Please,
know.
man.
Now, I'm not.
Please.
I ain't saying they're going to win a lot of games, but I'm just saying that it's going to look different. Now, I'm worried about. Oh my God, I don't want to turn this into a future deal, but I'm just so worried about this particular recruiting cycle because of you. If you starting all the way over with 5 new offensive linemen, it can have a possibility of looking like it is right now. It won't be this bad, but it could have a possibility of being bad again.
No,
You got
Rod.
to develop somebody, bro.
I know, Rod. We can't have every single lineman leave this
No,
like
bro, you can't do
we
that.
can't build the line. No, and there is no excuse, guys. Again, I think I'm in the minority on this. Are our offensive linemen bad? Sure, yes. But I am gonna put the majority of the blame on the coaching for it being one of the worst in college football, if not
Dave,
the worst.
Dave, you got to let me say that. You can't say that, Dave.
Dude, I'm talking about Bill O'Boyle. I'm talking about Bill O'Boyle, man.
Yeah,
I
you're
thought
right.
Pat
Oh my
Shermer
God.
could be the OC, could be the offensive line coach. I'm just wrong. But this is why we need to get a real offensive line coach in here and see what he can do with some of these guys. We need some of these guys to stay, man. We can't go get another 10 guys out of the portal next year. I don't know. Y'all let me know what you guys think in terms of what you would like to see done with the offensive line. They're all going to be like, blow them out the water. Get them all out here. But y'all just let me know. Like, we gotta develop some guys. We got to get these guys multiple years in the strength program. And then, teaching them communication. Because Bill Boyle didn't teach any of that this year. Sean Lewis didn't teach them any of that this year in terms of communicating. This is a tangent, man. But you see that one play where it might have been in the second quarter. No, it was in the third quarter where there was a play run over to the right. It might have been like a screen or like a little run play, and like it was almost like Zay Weaver just like froze. Like there was like a glitch in Madden where he like had his hands up, but like he wasn't even near the guy that was blocking. I don't know, man. It's just mental errors, man. Mental errors.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, and which rolls right back to coaching. But they gotta, and I don't think people understand how important it is to develop players. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's lost. But they gotta develop some of these offensive linemen. It ain't got to be all of them, bro. But I don't, Washington's so big. Who is the best? I guess Van Wells. I don't know if Van Wells will lose his job, but Van Wells need to get better. I think Tank gonna lose his job. And Savion, what's that? Savion Washington. I would love to see him get better developed, but
Yeah.
he's kind of always been in college for a while. He may have hit his ceiling. I don't know, but
I want to
what do you
comment
think,
on
man?
this real quick. DJ saying, well, I played good last game, didn't get any credit. They got credit from me. They got credit from this channel. They played well the previous 2 games against Oregon State and against Arizona. But with laying an egg like they did yesterday, man, I feel like, that's out the window.
Right. Right.
We were going up against a lighter, worse line this week, and we looked like we were playing a better version of the Oregon Ducks.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
just no tenacity.
Right. And let's be honest about it. They played better last game, but it still wasn't good. It was just better than
It was good for
how bad.
us.
Right. Exactly. So, I'm just putting it in perspective for the listeners. I mean, bro, it still really wasn't that good. You know what I'm saying? It was better, but it wasn't that good. So they got a long way to go. I would love to see Savion Washington, Van Wells. Van Wells need to gain about 20 pounds. Savion Washington needs to work on his footwork, quickness. But I don't know. Who would you like to see develop on the offensive line? What would you like to see?
Dude, I'd like to keep our JUCO guys around. Like, keep Kareem Hart around. We didn't get to see Jeremiah McCrinnon this year, so keep him around. Keep the guys that didn't put bad tape on the field, out there. Keep them around. Keep Van Wells around. Man, Tank had a real tough year. Landon Beebe, keep him around. Actually, I think he might have exhausted his eligibility, but I want to see what some of these guys can do with a coach. But I think ideally, what happens in the portal is that all these guys return, but they return as second stringers. That's what I'm hoping.
Oh, you don't think none of them have ability to be a starter next year?
Van Wells, I think Van Wells does. Um, Maybe Kareem Harden again. He's a younger guy, but like I again, I just do not know. But I think ideally we're bringing in all these guys from Florida, Texas A&M, UCLA, whatever that have like done it, that have proven it, that have been on good lines, and yeah, like let's definitely try and find a new starting five.
Right, right. I get. Yeah. Well, man, I'm scared of that. I am afraid of a entirely new starting five. Oh my god.
I mean, but at the same time, Rawhide can't get any worse, right? Right?
Oh my
Right?
god. Well, let me say this too, though. Let me just say this too. I hate to try to. I don't think also that offensive line ever had an opportunity to really get tough and dirty, right? They always threw the ball. It was
Yeah.
always a run pass option. They never had, I'm not gonna say never. It's just like their opportunities was limited as what I'm saying, for getting aggressive. There was
Yeah.
they kind of played always in retreat. What I'm saying? How often were they just called to fire off? It was so few and far between. You're like, man, can they even get a rhythm? I don't know. I may sound crazy in how I'm explaining this, but it just, I mean, did they really truly get a opportunity to, what I'm saying, stick their feet in the ground and go? I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's just so crazy how this team has looked and was called. It just you find yourself just reaching for straws. You know what I'm saying? Because we're trying to make sense of it. Because it's so far uh, outside the norm how that team functions. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, Omarion Miller, right, goes for 200 in a game and don't even hardly see the field no more. How in the world does that happen? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I don't get it, bro. Amarion Cooper, arguably their best DB. Now, maybe he's hurt. I don't know if y'all heard anything about Amarion Cooper, but he didn't even make. Is he sick? He didn't even make the. Did he make the trip?
I think he did. I think he did. I don't remember seeing his name on that tweet. But Dawson didn't, I don't think.
Right,
Um,
bro. Dawson gets 2 touches in a game.
yeah.
He has a nice game. You don't even see him no more. I'm like, I don't even get this team. You,
Yeah.
it's inexplainable.
Here, I'll comment on this. I want to comment on this. Again, this is all speculation. But Jackson, JB18 saying this. Based on the play calling, I'm starting to think Sean Lewis was not demoted because Prime was unhappy with it. I'm thinking maybe he just found another job and needed to start transitioning out. Well, again, these are things that can easily divide a locker room if you legit have a coach that has been looking for another job, not even here for a full season, and he's needing to transition out after 7-8 games. You don't think that's if the offensive coordinator is checking out, you don't think that the team is going to check out? If that ends up being true, I have a whole podcast for Sean Lewis about that because I think that's ridiculous.
Mm, mm, ooh, ooh, that's rough right there.
We'll
That's
find
tough.
out.
See, and I never thought, before the season started, I never thought Deshaun Lewis would have been here. I thought he was a one and done anyway. To be honest with you, I never thought he'd be here very long. So I just, and let's be honest about it, I think we talked off camera. You know what I'm saying? Coach Prime is very untraditional as far as how he's running this program. So guys like Sean Lewis, and I'm not even saying this is a problem. It's just food for thought. Guys like Sean Lewis and Bill O'Boyle and even the defensive line, Sal Sinceri, right?
Yeah.
That environment's a little bit different than what. they're normally used to.
Yeah.
You you know what I'm saying? So I could see how, and I'm not saying this is what happened, right? But I can see how that could rub a few people wrong. You know what I mean? And which makes other issues bigger problems. When you already agitated, little problems become a little bit bigger, and bigger problems become, you know what I'm saying, irreconcilable. You know what I'm saying? So I just I don't know, man. It this season kind of all over the place. If I had saw some consistency, I would have felt a little bit better today.
Yeah. Yeah. And I want to say I keep forgetting, guys. Thank you for reminding me that Tyler Brown will be back next year. So I definitely want him to return. No doubt. Um, I think he's a guy that does play with that dog mentality. Oh, Lawrence Collins in here.
Say what? Say what?
Lawrence Collins is in here. Grade C.
I do. Hey,
Oh,
bro. Oh my God. Oh yeah. See, Lawrence grade this season is a C. I gave him an A plus. I thought this season still was a success, so I gave him an A plus. I think Dave, you gave him an A, right?
I
So
gave him an A.
that's what's that about,
I
guys.
gotta say, man, if we lay another egg like that where we look like we just quit, man, I might have to change that just a little bit. My A is on shaky ground, man. My A is on shaky ground, but I'm still holding to it, man. I'm still in my feelings, man. It's still not 24 hours though. You
Oh,
know,
okay. It ain't 24 hours. Okay.
it
Okay.
ain't
Okay.
24 hours, guys. Do y'all operate? I feel like some of y'all don't operate with the 24-hour rule. Guys, just get it out. This, like I said yesterday, the Church of David Talks Buffs. This is for everyone. The doors are wide open. You know, get all the shit out that you need to get out there, man. Like get it off your chest. Um, but yeah, man, that was everyone saying F in the chat.
Is that, bro? So, Chad, if y'all grade this season in its totality, y'all think it's an F? Come on, Chad.
Nah, I think I'm just seeing like certain position groups, offense
Oh,
F,
special teams,
defense
yeah, they
F,
god
yeah,
awful, bro.
yeah. But I
Yeah,
will say, if there's one really big piece, well, there's two really big pieces of feedback that I hope that Coach Prime learns from this year. And again, I think this is a big learning experience from him. He's been successful with whatever he does, so I think he will learn from these things. Um, Aside from the game management, is one, if you strip somebody of their play calling duties, just tell them to get the hell out. Just tell him to
yeah,
get the hell out. What good does he do being there already? Being around the guys just checked out. Tell him to get the hell
yeah,
out. Just
yeah.
cut ties if it's not working. And if he's a
Right.
snake, you cut ties with the snake.
Yeah. I,
But I could
yeah,
be
I'm
getting
with you.
cynical. And then two, you just never throw players under the bus in press conferences. Um, you just don't do it. And
Yeah.
I don't think you can. I don't think his comment about going out and getting new players in the portal, like that is justified. Like I understand that, Coach Prime, but we can all say that didn't help any of them. They're not built like that where they're going to take that and then they're going to be fueled by it. These guys are right now, they're a soft group, and I think it just continue to kill their confidence along with other things.
Right. I'm just, well, first off, I'm just so surprised by everybody agreeing with Lawrence. They either agree with him or gave him a lower grade with a CD. I'm seeing CDs and Fs. I'm sorry, guys. I still think it's an A plus season. I know y'all gonna get on my head for that. But I see. I know y'all think.
Hey,
I
I'm
just
still with you, man.
overall,
Hey, high five.
yeah, I still think yeah, exactly. You know, wrong way. My bad. So, I, bro, y'all got to look at this season in its totality. I get
Yeah,
it on the field. It looks bad. I get it. I get it. I get it. But none of us, most of us, didn't even know where Colorado was on the map, and now they are on the tips of everybody's tongues.
right.
But Lawrence, he broke that down. I get why he believes that. I get why he got his C, and I can't
I think the
argue
thing
that.
that it just like again the wins and losses, it's not the biggest deal to me, but it's like if this is how we finish, like I can handle a loss. I can handle a USC loss where it's like, man, we made mistakes and stuff like that, but it's clear, man, this team did not give up, man. Like it's clear, like that game that we played last weekend against Arizona, like this team did not give up, man. If we if we finish the season, man, where it's just like we're not even demonstrating the qualities of what leads to winning football, that is like what is really disheartening. And I hope
Yeah,
that's not the case. I hope they
yeah.
come out there and just show those qualities, regardless of if it's a win or a loss.
Hmm.
I think that this is what's so hard. Um, this is why it feels like the low point of the season, man, for me.
Hmm. Hmm. And it
Yeah.
is. It is. It ain't. You know what I'm saying? Things when
Well,
you
I
don't
guess Miller
achieve your
didn't make the
goals.
trip.
Oh, he didn't make the trip.
He didn't.
Mario Miller. I mean,
Yeah,
Mario Miller.
and Lawrence is saying Cooper's hurt.
Uh, is his feelings hurt or is he physically hurt?
I think he's physically hurt.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm worried about. Is his feelings hurt? You know what I'm saying? Because if I was Cooper, my feelings would be hurt. Because I'm like, dude, I'm one of your better defensive players, and you keep jacking me around. You know what I'm saying? So I'd have a problem with that.
Yeah. Well, I do have a problem if Sean Lewis did take a job and he's been checked out. Um, you owe these gentlemen more than that, man. If that ends up true, Sean Lewis can kiss my swampy ass. That pisses
Yeah,
me off.
yeah. I
I
think,
hope it's not the case.
but coaches get jobs all the time during the season, right? And they don't just give up. So I don't. I it's hard for me to believe that Sean Lewis would be that unprofessional. You know what I'm saying?
I hope so, man. I hope so.
I mean, I mean, Coach Prime got a job during when he was a coach of Jackson during the season, right? So he still coached Jackson in the bowl and all that. It's
But
hard for
it's
me
like
to
we
believe,
knew
bro.
he was interviewing. We know that he'd been offered the job, like all that stuff. Like I don't know, man. It's like I guess it depends at what point in the year. If we're saying this happened like around the bye week time, that is frustrating to hear. If it happened before that, that's inexcusable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. I think this team, their problems that they have, and again, I say I think they're going to be better next year. I don't think it'll be called this way. I just think this year they use it as a season to get the Colorado Buffaloes name out there, win games if they can, but uplift the program, make it a desirable location. Because guys, it ain't all about recruits for the most part. They want to win, but if they see potential, right, and they see attention, they'll consider that university, and that's what Coach Prime was doing. He was trying to build up the prestige of
Yeah.
the Colorado Buffaloes. They be a destination spot because let's be honest, guys, it's still Colorado, Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? Michigan, Penn. They name still comes up just as much as those teams that I just mentioned. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's successful in itself.
Yeah. I think so, man. At the end of the day, um what's this one? Hey Dave, it isn't Sean Lewis' fault. Prime is the one you blame. Well, I'm not I don't feel like I'm taking away blame from Prime. I came out saying, depending on when you jumped on here, I said, at the end of the day, being head coach, it is your responsibility to keep this team unified. And that is incredibly hard to do when you're losing games, especially on a losing streak. But again, that is the result that you look for. You need to keep them unified. I think definitely there are some assistant coaches that have not helped with that. Just on my speculation. Uh, but yeah, like there have been some things I think that Coach Prime, like I said, like you don't call out players, man. Somebody pointed out to me a little while back, it might have been Buffs Overload, was that when he made that comment about the O-line, and we were
Mm-hmm.
joking about it like later that week that we got a decommit, but I didn't even know who he was. But the very next day, I guess a JUCO offensive lineman that we had committed since the summer decommitted that next day.
Oh, really? See, I
Yeah,
never saw him on the commit list. I never saw. Did you see him on the commit list? I
he
never saw him on the
was.
commit list.
He was.
Was he?
Yeah, yeah. And it's
Mm.
like those sorts of things. It's like I love that Prime is honest, but um, I think there were some times this year where I think he would say he would have some things back. He would take some things back, if you go back in time.
Oh yeah.
Just like I would on this show, but I keep everything up, man. Depends on what mood you get me in.
Right.
Right?
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. 100%. 100%, bro. 100%. Um. Man, how can I say this? Did you say? I think you mentioned about what coaches you want to maintain and what coaches you
Let,
want to let
let's go
go.
through this. Yeah, let's go through this, man. Let's have
Oh
some
my
fun.
god! Oh my god!
This is going
So
to be
what?
bad.
It's going to be bad. So what coaches you want to keep? What coaches you want to go?
All right. Yeah, we're going to do this. Chat, I'm going to need your participation on this. So how we're going to do this. Sorry if I'm missing your comments on here, but this is how we're going to get to it. We're going to bring up each coach, and I want to hear in the comments, man, does he stay or does he go? This is this is deplorable what we're going to do, but it is what it is.
Oh Lord.
All of them. I need to be quiet. Oh, I'm going to turn on my my other light here. Hold on.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh, he said all of that.
All right. Now, I guess we'll start here at the top with Coach Prime. This is a
Obviously,
softball one. This might sound crazy to some of y'all, but man, I'm still on the Coach Prime extension train. We're gonna ride this thing through. We're gonna ride this thing through, baby. We're keeping this man. We're making this man the highest
oh,
paid coach in college football. People are gonna lose their freaking minds this offseason, but I still want it to happen, baby. Like I said, this 4-win team is more fun than pretty much any other team I've watched at Colorado inside the 2016 season. But this has still been the funnest football season of my life, and I still believe. #still believe.
oh, well, obviously they should keep him. No, they should not be signing another contract. Okay, let's just get that clear. If this ain't got nothing to do with pride, has nothing to do with pride. It has everything to do with, you know what I'm saying, the process of getting new contracts. You need to do something on the field. Now I'm gonna get with you on the chat. Now I'm on y'all side on this part. You need to do something on the field before you can demand a new contract. All right. The thing you did outside the field, which is program building. It is
Yeah,
program building, but on the field play matters. The contract that you get or raises you get should have a lot to do or more to do with what happens on the field.
no doubt. No doubt. And I'll say this, Rawhide. I'm a patient man. If there's a core that I believe in, if there's a person I believe in Coach Prime. Nuggets fans, if we waited 7-8 years with Michael Malone in developing this core before we won a title. Lakers fans would have fired Michael Malone after 2 years of not having a title. I'm okay with the process. I just need to continue to see it. So do I want to see us being in the college football playoff next year? You bet your butt I do. But if it takes 5, 6, 7 years for us to get to that elite level, I want Coach Prime to be around here for it. If this is a longer build than some anticipate, I'm fine with that. I am fine with process. continuity over a long time, I think, is a good thing. And Nuggets fans, we've been rewarded for our patience and not being toxic, gimme Lakers fans.
Mhm. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I agree. No disagreement there.
All right. So let's move on. We got Coach Flea. So y'all let me know, what's your assessment of Coach Flea? Does he stay or does he go?
I say, hey man, some people say Flea need to go to jail. That's crazy. But anyway, honestly, and he's the assistant head coach. People don't understand that. I don't think people forgot that. Coach Flea,
So is he the one telling Coach Prime what to do with these game management decisions? Is that what you're
I do
saying?
not. Oh my God! Even Laura said go. No, bro. Keep Coach Flea. Keep Coach Flea. I don't want him to go. I want to keep Coach Flea.
Okay, well, Coach Flea, I gotta admit, I'm a little on the fence on, um, because I this might sound bad, chat, but it's like, but guys, what is going on? You bring in all these guys, and you know, like,
Oh
what is
my
it?
God.
You bring in all these guys, and you can't convince Sean Lewis to call more than 15 plays for your guys throughout the game, man.
See, there you
Like, you
go.
got to be more
There you go,
convincing than
Dave.
that.
There you go, Dave. There you go, Dave. Man, people on my neck because I said keep Coach Flea. Okay, first off, okay, hold on. Now I got to see. Look, I've been calm. I have been calm. Okay, chat. Do not get me riled up, guys. Listen. Coach Flea is not swapping these running backs out. Coach Flea told you at the beginning of the season he believes in a bell cow running back. That means one guy.
Then
They're
shouldn't
doing.
he determine who's out there for these
He
packages?
ain't got the last
Sean
say
Lewis, you
on
don't
it.
know shit. You don't know shit about these running backs. Stop telling down Edwards he needs to be in there for that RB dive, man.
Bro, hey, you saw that, but hold on. You saw Dylan Evans get just as many yards as Saban Wilkerson did on
I that's very true. We did disprove that it does not matter. It doesn't
it.
matter. You're right. You're
Thank
right. You're
you.
right.
Thank
I
you.
agree with you, Rahad. It doesn't matter.
Hey, when it happened, I wanted to text you. I was like, "Did you see? Did you see?" But guys, it's not Coach Flea ain't doing that. He ain't doing that. So I can't knock the man if I don't think he got a first shot to see what his running back or his position room could do. Now, Lawrence, how you feel about Like you may disagree with me, but I'm sorry.
Yeah. But I'm on the fence with Coach Flea again. I don't think I've really seen improvement with the running backs. Now that statement has all sorts of issues with it because it's like you're not drawing up plays for it. How are you supposed to improve if you're not getting a ton of reps on the field, if there isn't a lot of repetition? And yeah, running back I think has been one of those positions where there's been a lot of other factors going on where I can't really judge it. But me, having no idea how all this stuff goes throughout the week on scheming, all I know is that, if David Tuck's Buffs was the running back coach, I would be the most annoying assistant coach on that staff, in that meeting, in those meetings all week, saying, give my guys the damn ball.
See, this chat, y'all the main. Okay, I'm gonna go get the film. I think it was him being interviewed during the recruiting season. I think right before or right when they was recruiting Kavase Smoke that he made that statement about a bell cow. I'll pull it up and I'll do a show on it because people, we get our minds, we forget about it. You know what I'm saying? But even with a two lead back deal, you know what I'm saying? You kind of have a third down guy. I mean, really, that's what most teams do. You got a third down back, then you got your the other down back. So you know how that's how it goes. But anyway, we
Man,
can keep it moving. We can keep it moving. We
man,
can
this
keep it
chat
moving.
is on fire, man. Y'all are cracking me up, man. Again, guys, I want to say we are doing this deplorable thing where we're going through deciding our takes on the coaching staff within the 24-hour rule. Within the 24-hour rule. I mean, we are driving under the influence right now. Just that's what we're doing. So let's go ahead and keep this train moving. Oh, this is going to be a great one.
Oh Lord. Oh, I already know. I already know. This is gonna be bad. I'll let you go first. On that.
Man, we're
I'll let you take that smoke because they could get you. You don't say the wrong thing. They about to get you, Dave.
Chat's about to put me on blast. They're about to be doing reverse super chats, taking money out of that they gave to me previously. Man, we got to keep Charles Kelly, baby. We gotta keep the continuity on defense. I don't think we had one too many men on the field penalties the last 2 games. Hell yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. And we need some continuity. The better athletes we'll get, the better this scheme will look. I think we got some things in this defense that, some pieces to be very excited about. And, we got some guys coming in here at the high school ranks that are exciting. And if we were to fire Charles Kelly, I mean, that just makes no sense, man. We can't lose all these guys we got committed.
So you saying stay?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're not getting rid of both coordinators after the first year.
Oh, bro, that's a recipe for failure.
Some toxic stuff, man. That's some toxic shit.
Yeah, that's some toxic stuff. And honestly, I don't see that they ain't smoking you yet. So I guess they on the same page, and I would have to agree with you, man. Charles Kelly, he has to stay. I mean,
yeah,
we all know that in football, it takes a minute for a defense to really grasp the system you run, and I think that's why they have improved. And honestly, they have actually pretty much constantly they have been up and to the right the majority of the season. Now, it hadn't looked perfectly. Yeah, but they've been up and to the right. Yeah.
Most improved unit, man. Because we know it's not special teams. I don't think special teams has regressed. I mean, they were just bad and they've stayed bad. Our offense was good and got worse. Defense was bad, and they're improving. I think they played with more heart yesterday than what we saw from the other units too. For what it's worth. Okay. I'm going to skip around a little bit because if we go through the whole assistant group, that would be kind of long. But
just team, if we're gonna do just the people that matter.
All right. Andre Hart. This is another controversial one for me. So
I say keep Andre Hart. Which let's be honest, he ain't going nowhere. Let's get this straight. Andre Hart ain't going nowhere. But I say keep Andre Hart.
Yeah, I say keep him too. Again, didn't see the best development from our linebackers this year, which is a big question mark for me. That, again, could we not have another linebacker developed beyond Bentley? That we the only way we felt comfortable was moving a safety to that position. What is going on? What is going on? Like, I just refuse to believe that all these guys are just that bad. But I do think he's got obviously a great attitude. I think he's I think he can become a really good coach, at some point. So I would like to keep him for continuity. For continuity, Hart can stay, but he does have to go to a coaching clinic. That's what Coach Kev is saying. Again, we didn't see the production out of these linebackers that I think we should have seen.
Yeah. And really Coach Kev is going hard in the paint. Coach K, it sounded like to me, Coach K just want to get rid of everybody. He wants to start over. He don't want nobody. Everybody leave.
Do we just make the Buffs the fan-controlled college football
I
team now?
know, man. Coach K, bro. He don't like nobody. Oh, who's next, Dave? Who's next?
Oh man. All right, let's see who's next. This has been kind of fun to do. Yeah,
Oh
we
yeah,
keep
for sure.
Andre Hart. We keep Andre Hart. Let me try and find another controversial one. We all know Bill Boyle and
Yeah, they
Sean Lewis
gone.
are gone, so we don't need to
Yeah.
do that. But this is an interesting one. This is kind of taboo. This is kind of taboo. I apologize. I might get myself in some trouble here.
You are if you say the wrong thing. Here we go again. I say keep him. I've said all season long the secondary is the best part of the defense, and I think they play well. And so I gotta say keep him. You know.
I say we keep him too. I say we keep
Oh,
him too.
I could have swore you were gonna say get rid of him. I
But
was gonna say
again, like again, I do have some concern, man, with it just hurts me, man, to see how again, it wasn't just the cornerbacks, man, but it does frustrate to see those DBs yesterday not be as physical as they should have been, man. And to see us
yep.
constantly missing tackles, open field tackles at the linebacker and secondary positions throughout the entire year. It's just been
Mhm.
brutal. They've had games where they've done a good job. But overall, the overall performance has been brutal. Their open field tack. Do we just not hit during the week? I don't know what the
You know the
rules are
rule. You got a rule. Yeah.
because this team looks like they haven't hit since August.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, and gonna get this one right here. We got, in my opinion, Rawhide, man, we got too many bald headed white guys on this roster.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Go, Dave. I'll let you go. I don't want because I could go an hour on this guy. So just go, Dave. You just go, Dave.
Here's the thing, man. I don't think this was not an ideal setup because the man that I know is responsible for special teams is this man who is a quality control analyst for special teams, and we don't have one of our 10 coaches, assistant coaches, have special teams on their responsibility list. So I could be speaking out of context. I'm only going off of the information that I know. I don't know who's coaching special teams. My theory is that they've just left it up to Trevor Riley to communicate to the team what needs to change during the week somehow as an analyst, but he isn't actively on there on the sidelines. But this team has looked like they do not have a special teams coach, and it's better just to start fresh. It's better just to start fresh. Get an assistant coach in here, ideally, I think an offensive line coach that will also teach our guys how to punt protect, how to field goal protect, how to stay in their lanes responsibility wise on kickoff return. Um, it's start fresh. I think you got to get people out of the building that have been responsible, whether it's their fault or not, towards like really, really, really bad football on this team. So I don't necessarily think Trevor Riley was set up to be successful because he is not technically one of the 10 assistant coaches that he can be coaching throughout the week. But he's got to go, and Coach Prime has to hire one of these 10 assistant coaches that is going to have
You stick on me? Can you hear me, Dave? Hey, can y'all hear me? Chat, can you hear me? Chat, can you hear me? Okay. Looks like Dave may have got stuck. I'm not sure what happened there. But he was talking about Trevor Riley and and should he stay or go. Let me tell you guys something. Trevor Riley, I had to go look up. I had to go look in the thesaurus to find a synonym for this. I'm sorry. I guess it'd be anonym for dispose. I wanted to find a big enough word to. Oh, you back? You back?
For
You
now.
back? Yeah, you had got stuck there. Uh, I was trying to find a word that could best describe getting rid of Trevor Riley. First off, I'm mad that his name is Trevor Riley because when I hear Trevor Riley, I think of good things. But this dude is. Well, hold on, I ain't gonna talk about him. The product that they put on the field was so god awful that how do you even show your face on the camera? Even last night, they gave up a return for a touchdown. They can never play a perfect game. How are you that bad? God, dispose of Trevor Riley. Get this guy out of there. In addition to that, if I ever watched the video, the well off or whoever, do the kickers ever do anything? They always standing around. No, the name close though, Lawrence. Lawrence, the name is close. Okay, hey Larry, purge, purge Trevor Riley.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
It
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 is
it needs
ridiculous.
to be done. It needs to be done. There's absolutely no quality and no control with this team on special teams.
Yeah,
Dispose.
dude, my bro, why are they so bad at special teams? Guys,
Yeah.
I don't even think I understand. Look, man, most time when that's right, no diggity, no doubt, bro. Trevor Riley, bro. Listen, man. Listen, man. I know a lot of people don't watch field goals or extra points out of the touchdown. You happy, you happy, so you don't pay
I
attention
don't
to
because
that,
I don't want to get lung cancer from this team
bro.
forcing me to pick up the Newports.
It's so bad. And listen, guys, listen. This is strictly coaching. In the spring game, they got the same problems that they had in the spring game with a totally different team, which means it ain't the players. It ain't the players. They get the field goals, they run
Yes.
through the exact same side all the time. Why are they so bad at one of the easiest facets of the game? Oh Lord, man. You know how I feel about special teams, bro. That does something to me, bro.
Oh, man.
That does
Dude,
something to
we're,
me, man.
we're the only channels I feel like that talk about special teams, and I know it's pathetic to be talking about special teams. Shit's got to be bad when
It's
we spend
bad,
as
bro.
much time talking about special teams, man.
Bro, it's
And that's what
bad.
I'm saying, man. Get get you and me in there, man. Get you and me in there as analysts. We can fix this thing. We can
Yeah.
fix this thing, and broadcast it on YouTube so we can show them how you coach how you coach a special teams team. That's how we're gonna do it.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, man. I don't know. I might have missed my window for the Newport NIL deal, but I'll say, man, if that ends up happening next year, stuff has gone wrong. Stuff has absolutely gone wrong this offseason. If that's
So
still on the
bad.
table next year, man,
So bad.
it's real bad, man. If that's still happening.
Hey, tell me something, man. How does Coach Brown, because I've heard him say it lately, how does he even say, how does he even compliment that group because I've heard him talk about complimenting that group,
I
bro.
know,
How
man.
how does he say that with a straight face? I don't. I'm like Coach Prime. You don't have to compliment everybody. Just nor do you have to address it. Don't address it. I'd rather you not even address it than compliment them. Don't it? Stop. Stop. It's bad, bro. It's bad.
Oh man. Okay. I'm gonna go with one more. I'm gonna go with one more. Who's a coach that that you think we should debate on this list?
Well, you can go with Nick Williams. Or was
You
that an
want to go
easy
with
one?
Nick Williams?
Man,
I
it
feel
could
like
be
that's
just too
kind of an
easy.
easy one.
Yeah, that's an easy one. That's an
I
easy
think
one.
we got to keep him because he's literally the
Oh,
only man. Okay, who you want to go with?
Sal Sinceri, because there is going to be
Let's
some
do it.
controversy here.
Yes, that's a good one.
Hmm.
Let's go.
Yeah.
His photo.
Hey, bro, I say keep Sal Sinceri. I already know people gonna be like, get rid of him and bring on Warren Sapp. Bump that. Keep Sal, bro. Keep Sal. Honestly, keep Sal and move Nick Williams off of defensive ends. I guess he probably can't coach the special teams, but you don't have to be. You don't have to do that to be to coach that. I just think Nick. I don't like the double up they got with defensive end and defensive tackles. So I
No.
would rather them. I'd rather that you use that one of your 10 on just one person. See, they got two spots. You know, you can only have 10 coaches, and they're using two spots for defensive line play basically. So I don't really
Yeah.
care for that. But anyway, I would. Yeah, I like Coach Sal.
I think Coach Sal and Coach Nick Williams have done more with less compared to any other position coach on this team right now. Um, you know, they've I I think we've seen improvement, especially for an undersized unit. You know,
Mhm.
so I would like to see him. The only reason that he goes, I think, is if this was just a 1 year thing to help out Coach Prime, and he determined that this year was just raising his blood pressure too high and took years off his life, man. Hopefully it did not.
Yeah,
Um, I, I
yeah,
I want Sal back. We need his
yeah.
speeches. We need his tenacity, and I do think that he's. We need to keep as much guys with Power Five experience on staff, and for that matter, at really good programs. He's coached at really good programs, and I think we've seen improvement with the guys that he's brought in. Um, we need to keep him. I think it's best if Warren Sapp starts as an analyst, figures out, if this gets a feel for the grind of what's needed for college football.
Mhm.
And who knows how long Sal wants to do this for, but I want to see him back next year. I want to see, I think it would be great if we have continuity on the entire defensive staff going into next season. That's my
Yeah,
hope.
yes, I agree with that. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I would also throw in. We don't have to go. We don't have to do them. I could just throw them out there. I also would like Tim Brewster to stay. I think he's pushing for the second best coach. Yeah, I think he did a lot with less too. Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think it's his
Tim
fault they
Brewster
stopped
killed
using
it, man.
Tyrant. Yeah, he killed it. So I like that. So, but yeah, Coach Sal, I say keep him. I would. They need to actually hire a special teams coach,
Please,
an
Lord.
actual coach, because Trevor, aka Teddy Riley, bro, he's just an analyst. So
Yeah.
I like to see an
Yeah.
actual coach, man.
KW,
That's
tell
it.
me who's leaving. If you're hearing they're leaving, let me know. Let me know. I'm curious.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to see Coach Brew, Nick Williams, Coach Sal, all those guys stick around. We need to have continuity. We need that absolutely. Um, yeah, I think that just. I'm curious if KW is still around. But man, I'm trying to think. Oh, people, we keep talking about how, hey, we got to recruit O line, we got to recruit O line, we got to recruit O line. I think that, again, the biggest need over a Jordan Seaton. This is a higher priority for me over Jordan Seaton, is making sure we get the right offensive line coach hired. That is, like, we need somebody that can develop talent. Um, even if it's not the best talent. We need a guy that can come in here and recruit. Bill Boy won't do nothing of that except for Talon Chandler, and I do hope that he sticks around. But I don't think it was a coincidence, man. Our offensive line was not good last year, but man, to see those three guys, three of those guys transfer out after working with Bill O'Boyle, and to see them have success at other places, that's a tough look, man. That's a tough look. And he's just going to say, well, we never had the players here. It's a tough look.
Yeah.
We need a guy in here who actually believes he can coach these guys and knows he can coach these guys. I'm not letting Bill O'Boyle off the hook with this, man. I know we go back and forth on this, but you do not throw your own players under the bus for being sucky. And then, nah, man, you just can't coach. You just can't get it done.
Yeah, you hate Bill O'Boyle, which I don't think you do. I mean, it's been so putrid. You have to make some kind of change there. I don't know that I don't understand the dynamic there in that at that universe up there in that program. I would love to be a fly on the wall just to hear how they talk about and handle business. You know what I'm saying, bro? Up to the right. They're two away from the work they did, bro. They have. Oh my god. Okay, I cannot argue that, J Rad. I can't
but we
argue
were
that.
we were the worst last year. It's still up and to the right.
Like, technically, that is true. You know what I'm saying? That is true. But I saw improvement from that defensive unit throughout the year. Now, last game, oh my God, it was bad. But like, when they started needing to stop the run, they played the run better, right? They did do that. I mean, I think we can agree to that. I mean, I don't necessarily subscribe to the fact that you get a lot of. I'm not even gonna say it then. So yeah, I think they played a little bit better, bro. I mean, Arizona, they played better. They played better the game before that. Uh, I don't. I think it's okay. I think, especially with what they had. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna
And
get.
with how many turnovers they forced, that's another huge deal. Like, we were forcing no
Yeah.
turnovers last year, and they forced a ton. So like, they've had spurts and certain metrics where they've been substantially improved with.
Right. I wasn't even gonna touch the turnovers because I know even I come back and say, well, getting turnovers doesn't mean you play good defense. But you're in comparison to last year, you're 100% right, Dave. And that's that's an improvement on last year. So I ain't mad about the deep. What you're saying. I just see I see some promise there. I guess is that the best way I can put it. I see some promise there.
Yeah, I do too. But yeah, this is a very volatile team, that's for sure. And we just need to, we're Bitcoin, man. The highs and the lows, baby. It's fun,
Facts.
but man,
Facts.
it is not for the lighthearted, that's for sure. People are saying George Hageman is an IMG offensive line coach and a Super Bowl winner in Dallas. Has he coached at the college level? Please, Lord. Has he coached at the Power 5 level? Has he at least done a coaching clinic for a training camp in the NFL? What other guys has he developed? I don't know anything about him, but it's just on my wish list that we have a proven guy that comes in here with a track record of developing guys.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. Again, man, it's hard to put your finger on this program and the decisions that they make. A lot of it is questionable. I don't even know who. I don't know. I don't really, do I remember him as a player? But you all would have to tell me in the chat about, saying who he brings and who lives that he affected, meaning that in a offensive line from an offensive line perspective. So, can he coach? Does he know how to coach? Is, I guess, the question.
Yeah. Yep. But again, man, like, we got to find these coaches. Again, I just watched my other alma mater, or is alma mater just where you went to undergrad? I don't know, but I watched my other alma mater, an FCS team, hold Texas A&M to a 10-7 game, stopping the run throughout the whole first half. They're kicking ass. We got a pick six. All this stuff, dude. A small team, man. And you see them go out there and fight. You see them go out and generate tackles for loss. Now, did Texas A&M come out and then win by like 30 plus in the second half? Sure. They did what they were supposed to do.
Right.
But it's like it's just mind-boggling, man, to see an FCS team. And we've seen other FCS teams do that this year where they go up and they elevate themselves against the talent that they're playing. It might not be sustainable for a whole game. But this offensive line never elevated themselves, man. And goes on coaching, man. I'm going to blame the coaches, man.
Yeah.
So,
100%, brother. 100%. And, it's unfortunate, but again, it was a throwaway year. I mean, I guess they started off so hot. You probably would have felt better if they had a won game, lost 2 games, won a game, one. You know what I'm saying? You probably would have felt better about it then.
Losing on a 6-game losing streak or finishing the season on a 6-game losing streak, at least it's better than when I was at school in 2018 when we started out 5-0 and then ended the season on a 7-game losing streak and was not bowl eligible. So.
Facts.
Facts. All right, Rawhide. Well, oh, man. R. Matthews, man. This team's going to have Coach Prime cursing and drinking, man. Absolutely, man. Oh, man, this was just a tough one. But again, guys, we're still within the 24-hour rule. So it's okay. It's okay to still be in the fields and all. But we'll just have to see what happens. I know we're going into the last game against Utah, but at this point, dude, the way that I feel about it, yes. What do you want them to do? You want them to just sit Shador out and all that? I do. Sit our guys. I know that might not be the best thing. Sit our guys. I don't want them getting any long-term injury. And fire those coaches, man. That need to go, man. Fire them. Will Trevor Woods transfer? I think I don't know, man. And honestly, I don't really care too much.
But he was hurt though. He was hurt.
Yeah,
that's why he wasn't.
He was hurt. But I don't want him playing linebacker next year, man. So if they're gonna make him return playing linebacker, he should transfer. I don't want him here playing linebacker for a full year. I don't. That was just kind of a Band-Aid over a bad situation. And I think again we should move Carl Stoutmeyer to safety.
I think, man. I hope it doesn't happen, but I think he's going to naturally grow into that. He's so big, you know what I mean?
Or even Jaden Milner, man. I mean, I've wondered if he should be more linebacker, but he showed some promise in that game yesterday.
Yeah, I thought he played well. He could actually get a person on the ground.
Yeah, or maybe Cameron Silman Craig goes and plays there. At linebacker? That safety position. Say what? Okay. No, at safety. I'm just saying I don't see us moving Trevor back to safety with how he was picked on, earlier in the year. And if he's playing a starting linebacker role this year, that is a cause for concern for what's going on in our linebacker room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I don't want him at safety. They was running at him all the time, which I would too. I mean, that's what you do. Like football 101, you find a weakness and you exploit it. But clearly Colorado got an issue with that. Yeah. But he needs to. And I think Trevor kind of see the writing on the wall. He knows that he's probably not going to be a safety here. So I wouldn't be surprised. I think he has one. I think he's a junior, but I think he has 2 to play.
Yeah.
So
I think so. Well, Rawhide, I'm going to be wrapping this up. I appreciate you hopping on here, talking with me, man. I needed these laughs, man, in chat. You guys are on fire today. I needed those laughs. I needed those emojis, man. This was a fun exercise to go through. Again, within the 24-hour rule, so definitely driving under the influence with this. But it's been needed. It's been necessary. and it was good to just get it all out, man. But we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see what happens, man. This was a disappointment, not because of the result. Um, the fact that we got a loss, but the way in which we lost, it was just so disappointing. And
Yeah.
hopefully we can bounce back next week. But guys, I ain't gonna be telling you that we're gonna be beating Utah. No way.
You're not gonna say that, brother. You ain't gonna be optimistic about
I
it.
can't, man. I can't. I don't know, man.
I'll test you out on Wednesday. I'll
Okay.
test you, see how you feeling about it. Hey, but look here, guys. What about me? They can beat Utah. They can beat them.
People dropping from
I
the
am.
chat, man. People dropping.
I implore them to beat Utah. Because Utah,
Oh man.
at this point, Utah might not even care anymore and not even play hard.
Man, I
You
might have
know.
to find a new religion, man, because whatever prayers I'm giving right now, man, it ain't working. So um maybe I test some different things out for this next Saturday. See how that works. But Rawhide, I do want to say I want to have a virtual birthday party on Wednesday. Since my birthday's on Thanksgiving, I want to do a party where I get some of the other guys on here and we talk for a little bit, like an hour or so, whatever, and just David Talks Buffs virtual birthday party. So that's gonna be fun.
Hey, hey, yeah. Make sure you get Lawrence on. Make sure you get Lawrence on. And hey,
Absolutely.
Ellen V. Hey, how you doing? Ellen V. What's up? But yeah, yeah. Make sure you get Lawrence on. Yeah, get him on. I like Lawrence, man.
Yeah, man, I love it too. We'll chop it up. All right, Buffs Nation, thank you so much, for chiming in on this. Y'all be sure to hit the like. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and as always, Go Buffs.
Go Buffs. Hmm.